Welcome back to News Insight. I mean, some really good stuff coming out. I actually have my issues with Obi. I say it every day. I think it's too personal. I think it's kind of selfish. But that's not what we're talking right now. But he said that Tinubu has delivered on his promises to Nigeria. And I quite agree with him. He said he will continue from where Buhari stopped. I remember when Buhari came in, fuel was 120 or thereabout.
He took 165.
When Buhari came in.
Oh, when Buhari came in, it was 85.
It was 85.
It was 85.
Then he took it to 165.
Yeah,
I remember that time he took dollar from 180 something to 360.
To 360.
Do you understand? And it was biting because, man, if you travel that time, it was difficult. But now we are not talking about 150. We are talking about fuel right now is close to 1,000. In fact, it went above 1,000 naira. The dollar went up to close to 2,000 naira. So he has done well on his promises to deliver or increase or continue from where Buhari stopped. Okafor.
Yeah, you've said it, in the best way people can understand it, because that's what is close to the people. Before then, Asiwaju has been saying it that the best way to manage our economy is to reduce the purchasing power of the people.
Yes.
He didn't hide it.
It's on record.
It's on record. He said so, that reduce the purchasing power of the people. And he did that. Somebody that did that, can you say Obi was wrong saying that he has fulfilled his promises? So I think Asiwaju should be considered for second term, having fulfilled his promises. On the other one,
people come and literally
on the other one, he said he was going to continue from where Buhari stopped. Has Asiwaju not continued from where Buhari stopped? He has done so. So he has fulfilled his promises. Just that he's moving faster than Buhari. Usually our children, we pray for our children to be more successful than us. So Buhari doubled the fuel price from 185 to 165 within 8 years. And Asiwaju, under 1 day, was able to raise price from 165 to almost 1,000 naira fuel by microphone. He has performed excellently well. so he has done very well. That's dramatic and remarkable. Nobody has been able to do that in our history. You understand? So Obi was correct by putting that. Now it's left for the people to even look at those things that are not very, very clear to ordinary persons. This last time, 9.4 billion naira was budgeted for travels, for feeding and doing all those things at Presidency. Meanwhile, this is the Presidency that came on board telling us that they do not need our money because they were already very rich. Even though we're not trying to investigate how they became rich. At least let's move forward. That they are not coming, they don't need our money. So I don't understand when the First Lady was saying during campaign that they don't need our money. But the Presidency that serves them need this. So maybe we should have been dashing them money, or how would they have needed our money? I don't really get it. So eventually, he has done more than Buhari. There was a vehicle that was passing the other day. I have no problem with that. They say Sheyi Tinubu was coming, and there was so much entourage. I know Yusuf. He's only maybe driving power bike around Gwarimpa, and not much. Nobody has ever seen you entourage of Yusuf, that's Buhari's son, moving with that cloud.
In fact, the moment he had an accident, he went into...
The moment he had an accident, he even calmed down completely. So...
Do you know where Sheyi lives? Sheyi lives in Asokoro, just by the roadside. With security. Well,
so he has done better.
Okay, so the one he has also done better. Philip, I wanted to talk about that. We now have the office of the First Lady, which we've always had. The office of the first daughter, the office of the first son. I mean, we have different offices now.
What do other daughters do now?
you see, Obi was saying what was, before the public. During Tinubu campaign, he went to London, to Shati House in London, to present his manifesto and how he's going to run the affair of this country before the Shati House. A few days ago, the Shati House said, look, the government should not think of strengthening the Naira. That, like they say that you came to tell us that you weaken the Naira and you continue to weaken the Naira. Why are you now trying to a different line.
Strengthening the naira.
Make sure the inflation is
Rate
high
is going up
every day, and the naira, continue to weak. Don't even try to bring a policy that will strengthen the naira. That is one. It's only in this administration that we now have office of the first lady. I was wondering if the president had office of the first son and first daughter. If the president had office of the first son and the first daughter, all the governors whose children are mature should also have office of their first son and first daughter. What Obi was saying was very clear. That look, there were choices before the people. Choices to make Nigeria a productive country, or a choice of the country that will make Nigeria a wasteful country. And you opted for the wasteful country. And that's what we are witnessing. Everything before the man came into office has tripled.
It has not tripled, though. If you look at the dollar, it didn't triple. It more than quadrupled.
Like 10, like in some cases, 5, 6, 7 times.
So Nigerians will enjoy what they asked for or what they bargained for. When you go to a market and you see a product, there are various products, and you bargain for the one when you get home, if you think the taste was going to be sweet and then it turned out to be bitter, because that's what you purchase, you have to enjoy it. Nigeria asks for, this Tinubu government, and he has delivered to them what he promised them. He never, like you said, he never changed. He never said anything different. He said he was going to continue from where Buhari stopped. It's the same APC government. And Nigerian people have the choice of choosing between the APC to continue as a government, or the Labour Party as it were then, or the PDP. But they made a choice of the APC. And the APC made promises.
But are you sure Nigeria made that choice?
Well, whatever it is,
because there's something Tinubu said during, I think, acceptance speech. Yeah. He said, "I know you didn't vote for me." He said, "But
I think he's practically referring to the proportion of those that didn't vote for
him. That's an assumption.
Well, you may say whatever it is the government of the day, and Nigeria had not done anything to reject the government. So it's what they asked for, because at that point they still have the right to reject the government, to come out with a disobedient to the government, because it wasn't their government. If it wasn't their government, as it were, but it was their government.
Okay. Now there's one thing that was significant and synonymous with Buhari. He was never in touch with the people. In fact, at a particular point, they said there was a cabal. This man from Plateau State, former minister for youth and sport, he said the cabal that they had in Buhari's time is joking with the cabal now at the Asoro.
That is delivering on the promise. You see, he had to improve, like he said, his son had to do better than his
father. Now, Tinubu is not in touch with anybody. The only known place that we've seen him gone to was Enugu State that he went the other day.
That's physical visit.
Physical visit.
When you say Buhari is not wasn't in touch with people, it's debatable. Because there are many ways to actually be in touch with the people, sincerely. Let me tell you, issues of subsidy removal, issues of floating of the naira is not a new thing in Nigeria. Market-dependent values of all these factors is not a new thing. The only reason why they've been spending money defending it is because they want to be in touch with the people. Buhari was in touch with the people.
I'm talking about being physically
I'm coming. That's why I said there are many ways to be in touch with the people. Buhari was in touch with the people. That is why he didn't float naira. That is why he didn't remove subsidy. Absolutely. You understand? So that's a way of being in touch with the people, knowing that in all the countries of the world, they have one thing or the other they are subsidizing. In that of Nigeria, what cut across our consumption pattern is fuel and the dollar. Do you know why? Because we don't produce a lot here. And we don't have other efficient means of transporting our goods other than this route. You see Dangote vehicles all over the place. But in some other countries where they have other means of electric vehicles, electric rail system to transport, you don't have to all depend on fuel. And the prices of things will not be all affected by petrol. So, but in Nigeria, it's very central to our consumption. Now, talking about physical visit, Buhari was sick for the most part of his first tenure.
Are we not saying the same thing?
I'm coming. I don't know whether Asiwaju has been sick. That of Buhari was very clear. And they made it clear that he wasn't well. Do you understand? For most part of his first tenure. So that was what it was. And anybody could be sick. When you elect an old man, you should expect that some amount of time will be spent on taking care of him or herself if he's a female president. Yeah. So in this case, Nigeria, like he said earlier, Nigerians elected Asiwaju. You know, when we were talking in our last session, I talked about voting and counting vote. Do you understand? When Nigerians decided to do one part and not complete the process, it means you have submitted to the balanced process. Nigerians elected Asiwaju, no matter how you look at it. I have no record before me saying that the Nigerians didn't elect Asiwaju.
Well, Philip, on rounding up, I really wanted you. I know you don't want to give it to me as I wanted it, but it's okay. That's fine.
You can give it to yourself.
Because, you see, what we see now in Nigeria is very appalling. The governance is poor. From the state to there's no state that is distinct, as far as I'm concerned. OT maybe, but I've not seen any distinct one really trying to make the state even work. Then we go to the federal. Now, delivering on his promises. I think what they would try to do at the tail end of the administration going into the other one is to try and do a makeup of a better economy and try to woo Nigerians. And I'm telling you, it's going to happen. The fuel is going to come down. But what should Nigerians do, Philip?
It is easy. Fuel is going to come down to how much? You see, it is a situation where you create a situation and then you try to solve it to show that you are working. And Nigerians are not fools. For instance, I read in the paper, I said that the landing cost of fuel is now 774 naira per liter.
Yeah.
Yes. What was it? How much was the fuel by the time you mattered the matter of leadership? The fuel was merely 160 naira.
65.
165 per liter. You took it to 1,200 or whatever. And then you are now trying to, because you are coming to the first leg of your tenure, you want to go into it, so you are bringing it down to maybe you will now bring it to 500. And Nigerians fools? I don't think we are fools. What happened to the dollars? Are you going to unfloat the dollar, or are you going to leave it floated? Then you now. That's why the Charting House was. I said before that. Look, this is not what we agreed. You know, if you look at the Tinubu government, it's a government of the, world body like UN, Charting House, IMF. It is not. It's not government of the people, by the people, and for the people of Nigeria, but it's government of Tinubu for the, IMF, whatever it is, and for them. So he's doing their bidding. So he will tell them, look, I need to do something to keep me on. So they will allow him. So the people will not decide whether they will allow themselves to be fooled as they were fooled in the first time, or they will resist that fooling.
All right. You want to say something?
No. Okay.
You can say something.
No. What I was just saying, that whoever that advised Asiwaju on that subsidy removal as a way of making savings to put it to government is not smart, because government expenditure affects the entire economy. It's unlike my private money. I say maybe I've been dashing you money before. Then if I stop dashing you that money, when I save that money,
they have made Nigerian money private money.
Yes, it becomes my own. Government money is not like that. When you any distortion of government expenditure affects the entire economy. So that money they think they saved has also fueled other sectors, and that's why they're not making gains. They are not. They are struggling.
Well, Philip told us, he said, Nigeria, shine your eye. Make them not fool you. And Okafor said the advisors are not too smart.
They're not too smart.
Yes. Well, I think we will leave it at that. We'll be right back on News Insight.